what we're saying is, why can't we support people's decisions? Why does it always have to be, if it's not in line with your decisions, it's wrong, or it's not the right thing to do, or you're politically incorrect? Like, what is politically correct? Why can't we support just us as people having a difference in opinion? Or why can't we have, healthy dialogue is what I like to call it. My neighbor reached out, and he made a comment on the post, and then he reached out and felt the need to text me, asking what was he did I get offended? And I'm like, no, it's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay to have healthy dialogue. And I'm a firm believer in that. I just feel as if, like, if we as a people and we as a society can come together and learn to talk to one another instead of talking at each other, I think we'll see a big difference in our community and in our world today. And it just, that post really meant something to me. And I saw a lot of, family and friends alike that I, saw that were a little taken back by it, just saying, oh, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Well, my thing is, don't miss the point. Don't miss the message in that. And the message to me, which resonates to me, and I could be wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong. It's an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for someone to point me in the right direction or give me a better understanding of the situation. But my take on it was, yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, I didn't have a problem with Little Nas X doing what he did or doing what he does. It's not my genre. That's not my crowd. It's not my type of tea. But it doesn't mean that I hate it. It doesn't mean that I dislike it. It doesn't mean that, oh, because I don't personally enjoy the music, or I don't personally, participate in his lifestyle or participate in the things that he doesn't mean that I have hatred towards him or towards his community or towards his lifestyle. It's just like what I always tell, a lot of my Caucasian friends, just because I'm pro black doesn't mean I'm anti white. So, you know, I know several people that have been vaccinated, and that's great. And I, totally support that, and wish everyone all the best with that. And for me personally, have I been vaccinated yet? No, I haven't. I'm working from home. I've been working from home for the past over a year now. And for me personally, and this may be against, some of the decisions that my own family members had to make. Me personally, I just feel like it's not enough research done yet. When I see things such as, oh, well, this booster shot's been approved, or this has been approved, or now this is out, or we have a new strand, or we really haven't got a hold of this whole COVID thing yet. And I understand, I do believe in science. I do believe in our medical, physicians, and I do trust them to point us in the right direction. But you can't be mad at someone for saying, hey, just let me do a little bit more research. Let me find out for myself, and let me make a decision that's best for me and mine. And that's how I feel about it. It's tough because you have people that are like, oh, well, he's selfish, he's hurting the team, blah, blah, blah. How is he hurting the team? I'm not understanding. The team came out and said that, hey, you can go ahead and, you can go ahead and play, but you have to be tested before every game. He said, no problem. Then they come back and say, well, state of New York says you have to be vaccinated. Okay, no problem. I won't play home games. They were okay with that. Then it comes back and it's, well, if you can't play home games and you're only going to play away games, you can only play in the states that are going to allow you to play. Okay, no problem with that. Then again, they come back and just tell this young man, you know what? Forget it. If we can't have you, if you won't get down with the program, that's just really what it is. If you won't get down with the program and go get the vaccine, we don't want you. We don't want you participating. You can't participate. You can't practice. You can't play. You can't do anything with the team until you're fully vaccinated. It's a tough situation, and you know, a lot of us disagree. A lot of us look at it and say, "Man, just go get the vaccine, or go get vaccinated, or go, go do what you got to do. What's the point? What's the hold up here?" It it is what it is, but it's just, man, it's a tough position because me personally, for the money, yeah, I would want that money, that guaranteed money that he was gonna get. Yeah, I would want that. But he's in a different tax bracket, different category than most of us, and I respect his decision. I don't think it's too many people that are strong enough to really stand up and and do that. And I respect him tremendously for that. And I would love to just hear people's feedback, people's position, and it's okay if you don't agree with what Kyrie's doing. It's okay if you don't agree with my stance. I'm totally fine with it. I would love to have a healthy conversation about it, just to get a better understanding, because I know, a lot of us can relate to the infomercials of you going to sleep, or take it back like a couple of years. You going to the club and you get home from the club and you watching BET and these infomercials pop up on BET. If you taken this in the past 5 6 years, you may be titled for reparations, or be titled for see a doctor. Like, like, come on, man. And that's what the mind state is, and that's what the mindset is for me with the vaccine is, hey, I gotta see. I don't know. Oh, what's up, Big Doc, man? That's my brother, man, Ivan Dawkins. He's the one that is really responsible for putting me in this platform, giving me this opportunity, and man, I really appreciate this. I really do. Man, some more comments, some more comments. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Clinton. Ah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is my cousin. Shout out to Alicia Viles. He said there's been research going on for years with COVID. Yeah, it has been, and for I can't disagree with that. It has been research going on, but what is where where do we stand with that research? What have we truly figured out? What have we truly learned? Because it seems like every time we do research, they come out with it's a different strand out. It shapes and takes a different form, which I'm aware of that. When there's a virus tend to change, and I'm okay with that. But it's just a scary situation. I guess within my lifetime, I haven't, really seen anything like this before. So I can understand where Kyrie's coming from as far as, all I'm asking for people to do is to please just, you don't have to support that man, but just be understanding. Don't be negative. Don't be nasty. Don't be hateful. Don't be, judging him on his ultimately his decision that only affects him and his family. Doesn't affect you, doesn't affect your family. I was out to dinner with my fiance and a good friend of ours, and her comment was, well, Kyrie is in the public eye. Kyrie, he does a lot of work in the community, and I understand that. But you also have to understand that, okay, if you don't want to take that risk, or you feel like, yo, I can't be around that because he's, not vaccinated, then don't go. You know, it's just that simple. Don't go. You don't have to. No one's forcing you. When Kyrie is doing the things that he's doing in the community, giving back, when the WNBA players wasn't playing, Kyrie was the one giving his own money to support that league, to help those players, to give them opportunities that he knew nowhere else they were going to get it. And I really respect that. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You have a voice. It needs to be heard to grow. Absolutely. I appreciate that, cousin. Mr. Ben, as my man Ivan Dawkins would say, the man that puts BS in BS3 Network. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining. That's a word. Thank you. Now, get right here, one of my best friends, man, Prince Hickman, man. That we were discussing this earlier today. He's definitely going to be a guest on my podcast. But man, this guy here, I'm telling you, he's one of those ones that, yeah, we're that's my brother, but this is someone that I definitely take advice from and learn from, and has definitely been a positive influence in my life. And I thank God for him every day. And I love you, man. I'm just looking at your comments. I'm getting a lot of comments right now, so I can't even go through. But yes, let's see. Oh, shout out to my sister, Miss Tracy Caraway in the building. Thanks for the comments, sis. But okay, so let's get back to that. So I like I said, in anyone in my family or friends or anyone that I'm around, if you feel uncomfortable with me being around or being in your presence, not being vaccinated, please don't hesitate to let me know. I totally respect it. I don't feel like it's malicious or you trying to be nasty or you just trying to be mean. Not at all. I respect your decision. All I ask is that us as people, we respect each other's decisions and understand that, okay, whatever his reasons are, those are his reasons. And until he's comfortable, that's what it is. I mean, it goes back to the post. I mean, I felt the same way. Like when LilNasX had this huge record, this just colossal record that broke millions and millions and millions of records, and he comes out as, yes, I'm a gay black rapper. I mean, you had people up in arms, but at the same time, you had more people that got behind it and supported it. Me being one, I don't care about that man's sexual orientation. That has nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, what your preference is what your preference is, and whatever musically, it's just like music. I mean, I listen to my kids sometimes and the music that they play, and now I get the understanding of my mom and my sisters where they were like didn't understand, Tupac or Biggie, like, oh, that's so derogatory, that's so, just out there. Like, what are you doing? What are you listening to? What is that teaching you? I feel the same way with some of the music that my kids listen to. And it's so weird because my 11-year-old Jeremiah, for the people that know me, man, I got him hooked on to chopped and screwed music. And I know, man, that for me, it's not even a fad anymore. But for me, that's just my era of music. And that was, some of the stuff that I enjoyed listening to. And even now, I found myself going back listening to old stuff. Like one of the groups that I just discovered maybe I would say maybe a few months ago was what was the name of that group? Uh Oh, Ready for the World, the group that sings Oh Sheila. Man, I was looking at those videos. I'm telling you, if you would have saw what those guys were wearing in those videos and put it in today's society, Lil Nas X ain't got nothing on that. I'm just saying. They were out doing Prince with some of their outfits. And to me, it's crazy when you look at today's society and you look at our kids and you look at the impact that our community is having on our kids, and not only our community, but our music, our style of dress. And I tell people this all the time. Black culture is American culture, just being honest. We're the most influential race of people that there are in today's society. Whether it's our style, whether it's our clothes, whether it's our music. I heard a country song say "badonkadonk," and you know that we all know where that stems from and where that comes from. So to me, that's just a beautiful thing. Let's see. Get back to the comments. Okay. Yep, Miss Alicia, I appreciate you, cousin. Love you. My sister Keisha, what's up, girl? How are you? Hey, I saw your video with the shotgun. I told that boy do not let you shoot that, but hey, you live and you learn, right? Facebook user. I can't even see who this is. I wish I knew who this was. Please share your name if you don't mind. Back to the comments, my cousin Mika chopped and screwed. Prince, hold up, baby. Keisha, thank you for agreeing. What are you agreeing with, Keisha? Let me know. Yeah. Ivan. Yeah, so I mean, it's like I said, man, this whole pandemic, this whole coronavirus, I think is teaching us a lot about ourselves and also teaching us about each other. And the reason I'm saying that is because, me personally, when you have the routine of Monday through Friday, let me get up, let me start my commute to work, and let me, do what I got to do, then you sort of tend to miss out on things. You sort of tend to block out the things that are going on in your surroundings in your world because you're so focused on gotta drive or gotta commute to work, and then once I'm there, let me lock in, engage into office, and then once 5 o'clock hits, it becomes okay, I'm disconnected from work and I just want to go home, have a beer or whatever you do to unwind. That's what you want to do. You want to unwind and just relax. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Teg is the Facebook user. That's what I'm talking about. You trying to go hiding on me, huh? Okay. So let me ask you this. Let me throw this question out. What are your thoughts on, President Biden and what he's trying to do, and some of the things that he's trying to push with the vaccine, and everyone basically, how I'm perceiving it and how I'm looking at it, it seems like pretty soon everyone within the working class or in the working force will have to be vaccinated. What are some of your thoughts or feedback on that? I mean, I have my stance, and me personally, I feel like, if I'm going to a hospital, I would prefer for everyone to be vaccinated. That's going to see me or operate on me, or have to see me or put their hands on me. I would prefer that. But I know that's a little contradicting given the fact that I'm not vaccinated. And I feel like, for me personally, it's just not the right time for me. I just wanted to, sort of get people's feedback on that because it's a real sticky situation. And I mean, I know for me as a young black man, I go back and I look at my history and I look at things like the Tuskegee experiment, where and how the world, how America, I'm not even gonna say the world, but how America has treated black people in general. And it's really scary when you have, you know, the doctors, 90% of the doctors that they have on these interviews or they throw on these TV screens don't identify or look like me or you, or don't, have the same type of fear that we have. And one of the main things that I've been hearing is you put everything else in your body. You go eat at McDonald's, or you go have a drink here, or for my people that smoke. Well, you smoke this and put this in your body. Like, why would you not trust that? Like, well, it's tough. It's very, very scary, because one of the main things for me is, you know I pay attention to it very well, because my son is in school, both of them, and those are my worlds. I love those guys, but they're not able to be vaccinated at this point. And for me personally, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, well, why is that? Why can't they be vaccinated? What's holding them back from rolling this out soon? I mean, for the people that all went to school, we all know you had to have your shot records for school, which I don't even know what shots those consist of, but I could see COVID being that new thing that's added to the shot records as well. And I guess I'm just waiting to see what's the deal with that. What's going to happen with that? When does that roll out, and how does that look? Because I I mean, I'm exposed to my family all day, every day now, being here working from home. And I know that I'm getting on Melissa's nerves from time to time, but hey, this is what it is for me. This is our reality. And we're loving it. We're making the best of it. We recently bought a new house, and man, just trying to get things the way we want it. It's a process, but one thing about it is, it's definitely shown us how to appreciate each other and what we bring to the table in our own different ways, and also just helps us get to a better understanding with each other. We can go to the comments. Then my sister said something. Okay, so I mean, now Tracy, I know for a fact that you've been vaccinated. But for me personally, I guess what I'm thinking about and what I'm looking at is, what does that look like for me not having to go to work and going out going out to get vaccinated? Like, what would be my purpose of that? I mean, I can understand being around, family and friends, or just being in public in general. I understand that. But I'm just afraid of, I go out and get vaccinated, then a couple of years down the line, they're telling me, well, you need to do this every year, or you need to get the booster, or you need to. I still wear my mask when I'm out. If I'm going to the stores or anything like that, I have my mask on, and I have no problem letting people know, hey, I'm still trying to respect the 6 feet, like the social distancing. I'm still doing that, and even it's hard though when I'm around my family and my loved ones, because I just love just embracing with them and just feeling that connection. And I really missed that over this past year with the whole COVID thing, is that connection with your family and friends, man. And I can't wait for this all to blow over. And I hope one thing that we all take from this conversation tonight is, let's just be respectful of one another. Let's respect each other's decisions. Let's try to figure out how to get to a better understanding. If there's questions, don't be afraid to ask. Don't have the preconceived notion or pass judgment without knowing someone's background or knowing someone's stance. I mean, I had a couple of people that I knew that were avid Trump supporters, and I'm not at all. I can't. Me personally, I feel like the man's a racist. I don't feel like he's technically a racist. I just feel like this man is knowing what the majority wants to see. And for us being a minority, I feel like we have to come together. So these type of conversations, the tough type of conversations have to happen. And one of the stats that I really want to look up, and someone can help me, maybe Tracy, if you can help me find this out. What is the status of adults under the age of 25 as far as getting vaccinated? I would love to see what that reads and what are the thoughts from young adults. Keisha, did you get vaccinated? Want to see that too. I'm pretty sure I know Alicia and Mika for sure. But Keisha or Prince, did you ever get vaccinated too? As much ripping and running you do. Okay. So Keisha, when you did it, I mean, how did it make you feel anyway? I've been hearing a lot of people saying that it makes them, it makes them feel sick, usually the second day of being vaccinated. And I don't know. Is it like the flu where they put like a small dosage of the virus in you in order to build up your immune system? I wonder how that is or what's going on with that. And Keisha, I definitely gotta have you on my show. You definitely gotta be a guest because you got some hilarious stories and you just a joy to be around as well. But yeah, guys, it's about time for me to wrap up. My 30 minutes is about up. Once again, I want to give a shout out to all my family and friends, and thanks for supporting me and supporting my podcast, man. And I'm just gonna get better with time. This is my second episode, but it's been a blast, and I think that we're definitely gonna have some things big coming up with my podcast, and I'm gonna be talking to some real interesting people. So please, please be on the lookout for that. And shout out to my BS3 family, Ivan Dawkins and Ben, man, you guys mean the world to me. Thank you for the opportunity. And BS3 Network, we got some big things coming, y'all. I just ask that you stand by, be patient with us, and just be on the lookout. So once again, appreciate everybody's time. Thank you for coming and showing love and showing support. We'll be back next week, same time. Peace.